Stay with us. Prime time rolls on.
Tonight's analysis is brought to you by Acura Automobiles. Experience precision-crafted performance.
Gone are the days of the 2-week vacation. The average American getaway has sadly dwindled to 4.1 days. But what hasn't diminished is our need to escape to a quiet, stress-free environment, like the luxurious interior of the Acura Vigor. Don't think of it as a drive to work. Think of it as a 30-minute vacation. See your Acura dealer now for details on the Acura Vigor Luxury Lease Program.
I was already late for my meeting when my flight landed. Lucky for me, someone left a courtesy car. I had to get the Dollar Rent-A-Car fast. I knew they were right on the airport with low rates.
Welcome to Dollar.
Hello, I have a car rental reservation.
No problem. I'll just punch it up on the computer. Dollar Rent-A-Car is right on the airport, right on the money, with over 1,000 locations around the world. Call your travel consultant or Dollar at 1-800-800-4000.
Give me the rock, give me the handles, give me the paint, give me the shoes. You have anything in a Gorilla Slam? Sweet. Give me that, not that brick, that brick. Give me him, some of that, and one of those. Showtime. Take his move, his move, his move. Not that move, that move. Money. Gimme. My house. If it's in the game, it's in the game. Bulls versus Blazers and Bulls versus Lakers for Super NES and Sega Genesis. EA Sports. It's in the game.
All-Pro quarterback Dan Marino.
When the game is over and the pain starts, I want 2 things from my pain-relieving rub: fast relief and no odor. So I use Sports Cream, a strong pain-relieving rub that doesn't make me smell like a medicine chest. I just massage in Sports Cream for fast, odor-free relief. Cream or lotion, Sports Cream sure gets my vote for fast relief and no odor.
NFL Prime Time is brought to you by Dollar Rent-A-Car and your local travel agent.
The task for the Miami Dolphins was simple: to stay in the hunt to win the AFC East. They had to go up and beat the 2-13 New England Patriots. But Miami in the cold, you ask? The last time Miami played at New England in December, you might remember, Don Shula does, it was a day that would live in infamy. Remember the snowplow game? 3-0 Patriots? Well, the snow wasn't on the field. It was cold, though, and Mac was back. Don Shula saying, give me some sunshine, please. Patriots, though, tried to make Don feel a little bit warmer when John Vaughn fumbled the first play from scrimmage, set up a field goal, 3-0 Miami. But Miami in the cold, Reggie Roby, it's high enough, it's deep enough. Problem is, the backspin makes it a 1-yard punt. Reggie, 3 punts, 16.5-yard average in the first half. Wow. Patriots driving behind their 4th starting quarterback this year. Jeff Carlson is starving Marvin Cook. Marco Coleman hurt on the play, Tom.
Yeah, you watch Sam Gash here come out of the backfield and nail Marco Coleman, who never sees, and Coleman would not return to the game, had a sprained knee.
Patriots still moving. John Stevens looking like his rookie year. It's taken him a few years to look like this. I'd like to have Rumble 16 yards.
And again, you get a great block here from Irving Fryer. The crackback block on All-Pro Brian Cox.
That sets up Sam Gash. 7-3 Patriots hoping for the upset. On the ensuing kickoff, Miami, it's cold. Bernie Parmalee, it's FFL. And the Patriots recover their investment. That leads to a field goal for Happy Mac. He's up 13-3 at the half. Then the Dolphin offense would struggle until Mark Higgs went out injured, and Bobby Humphrey running for 18 yards down to the 1.
Yeah, and Tony Page here with the crushing lead block on Johnny Rembert. Squeezes Humphrey into the end zone.
And it's tied at 13-all. Late 4th quarter, under a minute to go. Carlson to Michael Timpson, good yardage. Carlson, Irving Fryer slicing down to the 28-yard line. Charlie Bauman thinking about the game winner, but the young quarterback takes his sack. It takes him out of field goal range. Larry Webster does the job, and we move to overtime, where Stoyo, the scoring leader, was keeping his feet warm. Would he have a chance? Marino to Mark Duper. Great job of keeping the feet in, and from 35 yards out, it's good. It's good. The Dolphins have to go overtime in the cold New England weather. But they come out on top, 16-13, to keep their hopes alive for perhaps an AFC Eastern crown. The Dolphins finish the year at 11-5, and all those P-men secure the first pick in the draft. Tommy, Miami won, but again, I wouldn't say that they look great. I know they're not accustomed to playing in the cold, but they won it, but yet you can't hang your hand at this performance.
Well, Chris, you come into the last week of the season with a chance at getting home field advantage. I think Don Shula will not be satisfied with the effort that he got, especially early in this game. But one thing that he will be satisfied with, Bobby Humphrey finally starting to pay real dividends. 88 yards rushing the ball, 51 receiving today. And if he can do that into the playoffs, they may get something that they didn't have all season.
Well, they do have something that nobody else has, and that's Dan Marino. Because Marino, not a great day for him, Tommy. Threw for 217 yards, but he's over 4,000 again. He's done it 5 times in his career. And as we go inside the numbers, Marino has gone over the 4,000-yard mark 5 times. Only Dan Fouts and Warren Moon have done it more than once. Congratulations to Dan Marino. Another milestone, by the way, Fred Smerlas, the personable nose tackle of the Patriots, played in his 200th game for the Pats. When we return, the Pack and Sterling Sharp looking for it all in one bundle, a record and a playoff berth. Pack and Vikes coming up shortly.
You know, I don't get it. We make so much more than our parents ever did. And they bought a house, took vacations. They even managed to retire.
That was then. Things are different now.
So how are we going to do it?
To help manage your money more wisely today, get the Wall Street Journal Guide to Understanding Personal Finance. The guide is filled with information you need to know before you buy a home, plan your retirement, or start saving for your child's college years. It's yours free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Every business day, the Wall Street Journal gives you the news, analysis, and insights you need to make the right decisions for your business, your career, your future. Subscribe now to the Wall Street Journal. Get 13 weeks of the Journal for $37, over 20% off the newsstand price, and your free copy of the Guide to Personal Finance. Call 800-642-7400. That's 800-642-7400.
The puck drops here. National Hockey Night on ESPN. A special edition of the NHL on ESPN. Last season, Chicago made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. This year, Jeremy Rennick and the Blackhawks want it all. The Blackhawks face the Capitals Saturday at noon Eastern live on ESPN.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime. Robin Robertson. And Robin, I mean, we have watched and enjoyed the play of Anthony Munoz at left tackle for years. I mean, he set a standard, I think, that very few have come near.
Right, like we talked about this morning, a class act, one of the rare veterans in the league. The season finale for both the Colts and the Bengals. The Colts, winners of 4 straight, had their sights on their best finish since 1988. The Bengals certainly wanted to send Anthony Munoz out a winner, which he is regardless of the outcome against the Colts today. And he was honored at halftime. His first coach, Forrest Gregg, was there. That's his new coach, David Shula, wearing the decal in honor of 78. 10-0 Bengals in the second. Then since he runs to Munoz's side again, Derek Finner gets through 35 yards with a touchdown, his second score. I tell you what, Munoz will be missed, TJ.
Yeah, and folks, enjoy watching this. The great kick-out box by Munoz here on Dwayne Bickett, the linebacker. I watched it up close and personal too many times.
Boomer says, thanks for the memories, big guy. Late in the second, David Fulcher and Tim Krumrie sacked Jeff George, knocking him out of the game. He had to sit on the bench with a concussion. Ted Marchibroda goes to super sub Jack Trudeau, and Trudeau responds. He marches the Colts downfield. He throws 19 yards to Jesse Hester. Trudeau completed 15 of 19 passes for 183 yards. Then that sets up this 7-yard touchdown strike to Kerry Cash. The Bengals lead cut to 10 in the fourth. The comeback continues. Trudeau up top to Bill Brooks. The first touchdown catch by a Colts wide receiver since October 4th. Marchibroda's team back to within 3. 7:29 left in the game. The Colts, the worst rushing team. Well, look at Rodney Culver, the rookie from Notre Dame, busts the draw for 36 yards. Carries Darrell Williams to the end zone with him. 21 second-half points for the Colts. They win 21-17. Marchibroda turns the Colts around again. We said the final game for 13-year veteran Anthony Munoz, an 11-time Pro Bowler. The Bengals end the year at 5-11. The Colts 9-7. You had to be an idiot not to predict the Colts would finish the year at 9-7 and get the nod, Chris Berman. You did say that. All right, let's go inside the numbers. The Colts, they tied their own record for the biggest turnaround in history, an 8-game improvement. The 75 Colts also under Ted Marchibroda. They finished at 10-4 after a 2-12 mark the year before. Good job, fellas. Coming up, the Giants and the Eagles. And Clyde Simmons showed Jeff Hostetler, why he leads the league in sacks. Boomer has the highlights as primetime rolls on.
Responsible adults aren't supposed to have fun. Wake up. We can do whatever we want. Drive racing cars to work, play golf in our pajamas, tennis on the bus, or baseball in our mother-in-law's living room. All you need is a Game Boy. It's a personal game-playing system with over 200 puzzle, action, and sports games to choose from. Hey, fun is your reward for growing up. Start playing.
You really got to get one of these.
Game Boy by Nintendo. Have you had your fun today?
What does it take to be a mountain man? Do you need a big horse? Do you need a deep tan? Do you have to have a saddle? Do you have to have the gear? Well, the simple truth is you just gotta have the beer.
Bush beer, an easy drinking Bush Light. Have you got what it takes to be a mountain man?
What does it take to live a mountain man's life? Get smooth Bush beer, is a drinking Bush Light.
This ESPN program is brought to you by Smooth Bush Beer and easy drinking Bush Light.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime. They began this season at 2-5, and it looked like just another oh-by-the-way year for the Green Bay Packers in Titletown. But Green Bay busted loose from the pack with 6 straight wins, and if they could win just one more time at the Metrodome, they'd make the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. What a story it's been for the Green Bay Packers, and what a story it's been for their young quarterback, Brett Favre. This guy's going to be a Pro Bowler one day. Jackie Harris, the tight end, down to the 2-yard line. Harry Sidney busting. Hey, pack smelling playoffs, one drive, 7-0 Green Bay. Sterling Sharp is sight. Why? He needed 5 to break the all-time single-season receiving mark. Went into the game with 102, lined up in the backfield and caught this 5-yard hitch pass. Then, Favre, to Sharp for 11 yards. He's caught 4. He's tied the record with 106. Here it is, folks. History. Number 107. Congratulations to Sterling Sharp. And he does what he's done for the previous 106, Tom.
Yeah, you watch him use the cushion of DB Carl Lee, gets him turned slightly, makes a nice sharp cut to the sideline, makes that an easy catch and a step out of bounds without even getting hit.
But after the record was done, Tommy, Dennis Green looked like he tightened up the zone a bit.
Yeah, you look at the bottom of the screen here, 4 Vikings converging on Sharp. Here the double coverage comes over. Vincey Glenn makes an interception. Here it looks like an instant replay again. Vincey Glenn playing it like an outfielder, double coverage, making the easy pick.
Sterling today caught 6 for 45. Not a great day for him, but 108, he owes nobody an apology. Neither does Terry Allen. What a season he's had. How good? He breaks the single-season Viking rushing mark held by a pretty good back named Chuck Foreman. That led to Sean Salisbury looking very good to the corner of the end zone for Steve Jordan from Brown University. Oh, that Ivy Leaguer makes a great catch, and we're tied at 7-all. Salisbury, hey, he was steak today. He was Chateaubriand, the pump fake. He rolls. He buys time to Mike Miami Tight, who disses Chuck Cecil. Makes him look like Beanie. And it's a touchdown, 17-7 Vikes.
This is very impressive, Chris. You watch Salisbury look to the first receiver, look to the second receiver, finds nobody open, moves out of the pocket, good mobility. Now he draws the corner, Leroy Butler up. The safety is late getting over. That's an easy touchdown for Tights, made easy by the quarterback, Sean Salisbury.
Hey, Salisbury looked great. 20 of 33 for 292 and a pair of touchdowns. It's been a great run, but today the fork was stuck in the cheeseheads. Dennis Green got the shower.
All the way to Pasadena, baby! And my boy gonna lead us.
Roger Craig, hey, he's had Joe Montana lead him there before. Now he's going to try it with John Salisbury. Vikings beat the Packers 27-7. If the Pack had won, they would have been back at Minnesota next weekend. Instead, it's the Redskins that go into the playoffs and not Green Bay. But heck, you can't win 7 in a row all the time and expect to get in the playoffs. A valiant effort. They came up just a tad short.
It's just hard to, to accept a loss like this, especially, as ugly as it was, because we've accomplished so much this year. We got to keep telling ourselves that we had a good year, but no one wants to accept that because of this game.
We are disappointed we didn't make the playoffs. That's not to say I'm not proud of the team. I'm very proud of the way they played. We had a good run.
They had a great run. Congratulations to Holmgren and the Packers. The Giants and the Eagles, well, Jeff Hostetler had a rough run-in with the Eagles defense last game. Remember, it knocked him out for 3 or 4 weeks. Shades of the game at the Meadowlands when Seth Joyner a shot welcoming Haas back. Then in the shotgun, fumble. Andy Harmon falls on it for the Birds, who had beaten the Giants 8 of the last 9. Herschel Walker was a big factor. Takes the pass and tipped for 27 yards. Then Randall looking right, throwing long to Calvin Williams. Makes the diving grab for the touchdown, and boom, 7-0 Philly.
Yeah, you watch Calvin Williams here. He gets into that sprint mode. Philip Sparks a little bit late turning around. That's a pretty good throw by Randall Cunningham.
And a pretty nice catch by Calvin Williams. Giants offense, Rodney Hampton's had a great year, but no. Ray Handley, he hasn't had a great year. Giants offense on 3rd and 1, Rodney Hampton, but no. Ray Handley, no. Giants forced to punt. And by Sikahema every game, Tommy.
He's going to give you a break. He's going to set up a score. He's going to do something positive in the special teams.
Only thing he didn't do against the Giants this time is how to use the goalpost as a punching bag. Look at Randall. He uses such a good team D speed, Tom. Where are they?
Well,
touchdown, Randall.
You watch here. The Eagle receivers will head downfield. As they do, the Giants are in man-to-man coverage. You look to the left of the screen right there. Everybody in man-to-man with their back turned. Randall now goes to a wide-open field and heads for the corner of the end zone. And by the time the defense can turn around, a bit late.
Randall's too fast. 14-0. Rodney Hampton, no. Ray Handley can't even look. In the first half, no. First down. 17-0 Philadelphia. Score 17-3 in the fourth, and the Giants coming alive. Haas, the gamer that he is, to Mark Ingram, 19 yards. Haas, the gamer that he is, to Howard Cross, 19 yards. And then 4th on 3 at the 13. Why not go for it? Haas to Ed McCaffrey. Watch this. Shades of Phil McConkey in the Super Bowl. 17-10. We've got a ball game. McCaffrey, thankfully, is all right. Next possession for Philadelphia. Herschel Walker running left and keeps on running. Herschel, 16 carries for 104 yards. That sets up a field goal. It's 20-10. There's Herschel's number, the first 1,000-yard rusher for the Eagles since '85. The Eagles defense protecting the lead now. Everyone converges on Haas. 5th sack. Wellington Mara, George Young can only watch. They have decisions to make. Ray Handley with an excellent time in the 40. Well, will that be the last time that we see him run up the runway for the New York Giants? The Eagles have completed the season the only undefeated team at home, 8-0. Last time they were undefeated at home, 1949. Eagles 20 and the Giants 10. Let's go back, Tommy, to the Packers and the Vikings game. First of all, on Green Bay, like we said, I mean, to win 7 in a row to run the table to try and get in the playoffs, that's awfully, awfully tough. But our hats off to Sterling Sharp. 108 catches, no apologies needed.
No apologies needed at all. He is the biggest reason that the Packers had a chance to move on into the playoffs. He has the speed, the strength, the skills to be a quality receiver in anybody's program. But in this program where they like to throw the short pass, get him the ball and let him run, he's outstanding. You see the strength of his game here, the nice quick moves back to the inside, runs through the arm tackles, is able to shed people. Here he runs the quick slant against the Rams. He's hit by 2 people on the 5-yard line, steps, drags, and crawls with 3 of the Rams into the end zone. And I think as long as he can keep doing that sort of thing, this team is going to keep being successful. And congratulations of mine to Holmgren and Coach Dennis Green. Both did an outstanding job.
Yes, outstanding job. They took over that division, at least for this year. And speaking of the Vikings, I mean, Dennis has to be the happiest he's been in 6 or 7 weeks. 447 yards for his offense, 211 his defense gave up. Glenn had 3 interceptions, and good quarterback play for a change.
Yo, Sean Salisbury. Sean Salisbury came on with the kind of game that the Minnesota Vikings coach Dennis Green wanted. Consistency. Threw 20 or 33 today, no INTs, threw the 2 TDs, and reestablished the tight end in the offense, Steve Jordan.
Yeah, a former Pro Bowler who's kind of been forgotten until today. And maybe that's the Vikings, boy, they come into the playoffs all of a sudden on an upbeat. They're going to be tough. They open up against the Redskins, and we'll have all that later on in the program. Sterling Sharp, you were the sharpest. He broke the record of Art Monk set in 1984 when some guy named Theismann was his quarterback. When Art had a $106, he had 1,372 yards and 7 TDs. Sterling with his 108 catches, over 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. Pretty good company, Sterling Sharp. When we return, playoffs really began today in the AFC. The Chiefs and Derek Thomas trying to put an end to the Elway jinx for once and for all. Could they do it?
You have until December 26th to evaluate every luxury coupe from the inside out. After that, there is no comparison. The new Lincoln Mark 8, coming December 26th.
What we need now is the beach.
And the Bruce. And the bass.
Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer battery. It keeps going and going.
ESPN's college football season goes out with flying colors in a bowl week extravaganza. Wake Forest collides with Oregon in the Bull and Weed Eater Independence Bowl, Thursday afternoon on ESPN.
Playoffs began in the AFC, an old-fashioned type game. Very simple chore for the Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. You win and you move on. You lose and you move out. Very easy. Let's see what happened on Arrowhead. Marty Schottenheimer could erase the thoughts of John Elway, 9-1 against Marty lifetime. Well, early on, the Chiefs continued to have trouble running the ball. Tommy, Barry Word, kind of a discouraging word. Trailer in Mecklenburg, and here's Trailer again.
Yeah, good play by the inside backers. He was replacing an all-pro Michael Brooks today.
Simon Fletcher left off the Pro Bowl squad. Another sack for him. And Carl Mecklenburg has been a Pro Bowler sacking Craig. Early on, it looked like a tough defensive struggle. The Chiefs just 1 first down, 15 yards in the first quarter. For John Elway, could he do it again to the Chiefs, and more specifically Marty Schottenheimer? It's the flea flicker, and Arthur Marshall is open for 63 yards before he's run down by Charlie Mincy. Then Elway rolling right. Oh, he's picked up. No, he's not picked off by Dale Carter. A big play, because after that, Elway finds Reggie Johnson, 12 yards, and boom, 7-0 Denver. Meanwhile, the Chiefs struggle. Barry Word off his helmet, almost picked off. We want Harvey. We want Harvey, as in Harvey Williams. Little change of pace, and he provides just that. The fastest runner they have, Tom.
Yeah, Harvey Williams here, quick to get to the outside. This play designed to go up to the middle. He changed it in stride.
And Craig avoids Dronette, finds Williams for 12 yards. Then Craig to Jonathan Hayes. Touchdown, tied at 7 in the second quarter. That inspires Kansas City's defense. Watch Derek Thomas, number 58. He strips away the ball. Benny Thompson recovers it. And then he laterals. Oh, let me tell you about Charlie Mincy. And it goes. Go. Oh, wait, it's a touchdown. Or is it, Tom?
Well, it wasn't an obvious touchdown as we looked at the replay there. The knee is down. It probably should have been called dead right there. It wasn't. The 7 points go on the board. But the guy who caused the play, Derek Thomas, coming around the corner, getting from the backside, hits Elway and causes the fumble. Then here the Broncos roll Elway to Derek Thomas, something that he looks forward to when he gets a chance to make a play.
So they roll him away the other side. Look what happens. This time Dale Carter holds on. And look at the moves. Look at him dash. Look at him go. He's into the end zone for the 3rd time this year. The rookie has scored. And the Chiefs lead it 21-7. Can John Elway pull another rabbit out of his sleeve? Well, to Cedric Tillman, what a catch. Sets up a field goal, 21-10. Dale Carter give it, and he taketh away. Here's the punt. No! Alton Montgomery falls out for the Broncos, sets up a field goal, 21-13. But enough of this already, said the Chiefs. Enough of this, says DS49. Dennis Smith, the stick, and Atwater, Marty Schottenheimer. Is he haunted, even though Atwater is gone? Does he see ghosts? Tell you who's seeing ghosts. It's Elway. We counteract Elway with Derek Thomas. Not only the sack, not only the forced fumble, but the touchdown. 28-13. We ain't scared of no Elway, says Derek. 5 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a touchdown in a paired 3. Fourth quarter. Broncos' last chance. Elway. Hammered by Neil Smith. It's a fumble. The defensive coordinator of the Chiefs, Dave Adolph, yes, we've got a good D. It came to play today. And Craig, that Jonathan Hayes makes the defensive work pay off. Touchdown. Marty. Hey, Marty. Marty, you did it. Not thrilled with that, but he's thrilled with the fact that the Chiefs, 3 defensive touchdowns, a 4th set up by the D, and they beat the Denver Broncos 42-20. The Chiefs move on into the playoffs at 10-6, and the Broncos move out with a season at 8-8. And speaking of moving out, what about Dan Reed's status?
I have no idea what Pat has in mind. It's his ball club, and, you know, I respect that. So we'll sit down, and I can answer those questions better after, you know, I've talked to him.
There wasn't a whole lot of talk about it. I think most of the guys on the team knew that it was out of our hands, and that all we had to do is go out and play hard and do the best we could. So I don't think it affected us.
We took pride in coming into this game today saying that we had to win the ball game, and if that was going to happen, I had to step up and play like I was capable of playing. I don't know if it sends a message, but, you know, if we're capable of playing like this for the next 4 weeks, hey, we'll see you in Pasadena.
The Chiefs' win meant that they could win the West if San Diego fell at Seattle. What about the Lightning Bolts? The Poltergeist defense, they're back. Junior Seau watching. And Chris Warren, to tell you what, a 1,000-yard back for the Seahawks. He busts tackles and makes it 31 yards. We had a feeling the Seahawks would give him trouble. And then gets some blocks, veers left. Where is the Poltergeist defense? 7-0 Seattle. Could they pull the upset? Only the second Seahawk back to go over 1,000 yards. You remember the first, Kurt Warner. Sean Jefferson decks Seahawk punter Rick rootin' on punt coverage. Tootin' shaking up, can't take the snap. And look what happened. It hurt him because the Seahawks lost the field goal opportunity. Next play from scrimmage, Stan Humphries. Good teams do this. Missed you by one team, you go deep. Humphries to Nate Lewis for 51 yards. Caught the Seahawks snapping. Same series, Rufus Porter, Cortez Kennedy combined on the sack. Hold them to a field goal. It's only 7-6. On the play, Humphries tries the stiff arm. Guess what? Separated left shoulder to Stan Humphries, who has played so well this year and leading the Chargers back. So it would be Bob Galliano trying to win the division. And his first completion to Anthony Miller for 25 yards. Then on 4th and 3, Galliano delivers a Harvey Wallbanger to Miller for 11 yards. Miller is good, Tom.
You watch Anthony Miller make the catches here. He's a quality clutch receiver, gets down low on his knees to make that catch.
And then Marion Butts rolls over Robert Blackman for 7 yards. It's 13-7. The Chargers lead it. Galliano 4-5 on the drive, but Stan Gelbaugh. It's the G-Force. Galliano against Gelbaugh. That's to Brian Blades. And then the dump pass to John L. Williams. He'll turn upfield, directing his blocker. Look at him go like his younger days, 31 yards. Then Gelbaugh to Trey Junkin. Are you kidding? The Seahawks lead the Lightning Bolts 14-13. But then the defense. Gary Plummer is Johnny on the spot. Picks off Gelbaugh, returns it 38 yards, setting up a touchdown by ex-Buffalo Bill Ronnie Harmon. Then with the score 25-14 after a safety, tip pass. Darren Carrington returns it all the way. The Seahawks were game, but in the end it was too much Poltergeist. A touchdown, a safety, another touchdown set up by the defense. Bobby Ross, what a job. 0 for September. Not only do the Chargers become the first 0-4 team to make the playoffs ever, they're the first 0-4 team, obviously, to win the division. They've won the West for the first time in 11 years. 31-14 Only their second win in over a decade up at the Kingdome, which has been a house of horrors for them. Speaking of horrors, let's go back to the Denver game against Kansas City. Tommy, Derek Thomas, he was a horror for Elway today.
Well, great players play big in big games, and I think none played bigger today than Derek Thomas. He came up with the forced fumbles, with the sacks when they needed them, even a touchdown in the end zone. I think the worry with Marty Schottenheimer will be that his offense did not respond the way he would have hoped they would. 3 touchdowns by the defense, a fourth set up by the defense. You hope you get better offense in the playoffs.
And, you know, we'll try and find out what happens with Humphreys. They say 1 to 6 weeks. Well, a separated left shoulder. Favre played with one, but this could be the same sort of injury or slightly different. We shall see. It would be tough to change gears after they've led a great run. As for the Seahawks, well, what can we say? They've secured the 2nd draft pick. In the upcoming draft, the Patriots pick 1st, Seattle 2nd, Jets are 3rd, and oh, those Phoenix Cardinals, they pick 4th. Getting ready for the draft already, are we, for next April? Let's hope not. When we return, the Bucks and Cards, rumbling, stumbling, fumbling. Just what you'd expect from these two.
I hadn't been on vacation in so long, I couldn't wait to grab my luggage and get to the beach. I had to get the Dollar Rent-A-Car fast. I knew they were right on the airport with low rates.
Welcome to Dollar.
Hello, I have a car rental reservation.
No problem. I'll just punch it up on the computer. Dollar Rent-A-Car is right on the airport, right on the money, with over 1,000 locations around the world. Call your travel consultant or Dollar at 1-800-800-4000.
Fans, now you can hear both sides of the story.
Archie's played a game and stop crying, you big baby. Knock it off! Knock it off!
And get an inside look at 2 of your favorite sports in these fascinating new videos, The Secret NBA and The Hidden NFL 2. Both videos are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the best way to get inside the action for over 20 million readers. Call this toll-free number now and let your 2 free videos take you into 2 different worlds.
Hey, Bill!
Each with their own story to tell.
That's a good one for the tape.
And neither can keep a secret.
Shut up! Shut up, man! Shut up!
Call now so you won't miss out on all the fun of your 2 videos, both free from Sports Illustrated. And get 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.39 an issue. Save over 52% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Get your 2 free videos, plus all the excitement of sports in Sports Illustrated. Call now.
Well, let's head back, go west, young man and young lady. Let's go to the NFC West with the Falcons and the Rams. A couple of teams that gave up ground, not exactly grudgingly on the ground, Rob.
No, not exactly. But, you know, I know the Falcons and the Rams are not going anywhere after this game except home, but who cares? They're still fun to watch. I don't know if fun is exactly the word for the L.A. Rams. They entered the game with a 15-game losing streak against divisional foes, and not many would show up to see this one. Raining in L.A. Never rains in L.A. Huh. First quarter, Rams up 7-0 on a David Lang 1-yard touchdown run. Then Todd Kitchen fills the punt, and he goes untouched 61 yards for the touchdown. Rams up 14-0, but Wade Wilson leads the Falcons back in the second quarter, scoring 20 unanswered points. Touchdown tosses to Mike Pritchard and this man, Andre Rison, from 29 yards out. Falcons led 20-14 at the half. Chuck Knox wonders, where's the secondary? Third quarter, Falcons up 20-17. Darrell Henley gives Knox some defense, intercepting Wade Wilson, and led to another 1-yard run by Lang. Jerry Glanville not ending the season on a good note. Fourth quarter, David Lang busts off the left side, and he will simply bowl his way into the end zone. A 38-yard run. Rams up 31-20, and lightning strikes again, TJ.
Yes, as you watch Kitchen here set up his blocks very well and get to the corner. There he sets up 2 more. Great blocks. Goes for 35 yards and into the end zone for a touchdown.
Rams win 38-27. Pinchen Go on with your bad self. He is only the 6th player in NFL history to return 2 punts for 2 touchdowns, laying with 3 touchdowns as the Rams end that streak against divisional foes, winning 38-27. The Falcons wound up 1-7 on the road. The Rams snapped a 4-game home skid. All right, the Colts-Bengals, Falcons-Rams, now the 3rd and final game involving 2 teams not headed to the playoffs. A lot of empty seats today between the Bucs and the Cards. They saw some ugly play. Chandler fumbles the snap. No one can pick it up. Bounces around. Finally, it's picked up by Roger Jones. Kickers were awful as well. They're pretty good kickers, but not today. Eddie Murray from 40 yards out, wide left. How about from 33? All right, to the right. And then Greg Davis from 47, not even close. Davis from 42, no chance at all. Murray from 36, forget about it. Davis from 33, don't even ask. 6 missed field goals, 3 by each team, but back to the second quarter, 3-0 Cards. Testaverde back to pass. He hits Mark Carrier, who goes in from 23 yards out. 7-3 Bucs, TJ.
Yeah, you watch Timmy McDonald here, the safety. He comes up and blitzes, and Testaverde has the presence of mind to throw right behind the blitz. That's the area that's going to be open. You've got fairly good coverage there, but no safety to help out. Carrier makes the catch and goes into the end zone.
Late fourth, still 7-3. Cards rallying. Chris Chandler throws 18 yards over the middle to Randall Hill. Then the next play, Chandler. He is simply hammered by Broderick Thomas. He had to leave the game. Then the next play, Tim Rosenbaugh in at quarterback. He looks for Randall Hill, and he's picked off by Milton Mack. Bucs hold on for a thriller. The final is 7-3. As you see, 29,000 showed up. The Bucs at 4-12 snap a 5-game losing streak and beat Phoenix for the 2nd time this season. The Cardinals also 4-12, lost 6 of their last 7 games. So let's go inside the numbers. All those numbers that we were showing you. Almost 50,000 empty seats at Sun Devil Stadium today. The Cardinals set a single-game record. Oh, yeah, the Cowboys were in town. Almost 40,000 more than their home average. And, oh, by the way, they have the highest ticket prices there at Sun Devil Stadium. You try and figure that one out. Who will win this year's rushing title? We have to figure that out. The Cowboys, Emmitt Smith again, or Barry Foster? Boomer has all the details next.
Do you know what you need to know about managing your money? Take the Wall Street Journal personal finance test and find out. Are you wasting money by buying a car rather than leasing it? Are there drawbacks to refinancing a loan at a lower rate? When can you throw away old tax returns? You'll find the answers in this free book, The Wall Street Journal Guide to Understanding Personal Finance. The guide is filled with information, from financing your new car to refinancing your home. There's even information on how to lower your taxes. It's yours free when you subscribe to The Wall Street Journal. Every business day, The Wall Street Journal gives you the news, analysis, and insights you need to make the right decisions for your business, your career, your future. Subscribe now to The Wall Street Journal. Get 13 weeks of the Journal for $37. Over 20% off the newsstand price, and your free copy of the Guide to Personal Finance. Call 800-227-3400. That's 800-227-3400.
Get hooked every Saturday morning on ESPN Outdoors. It's an adventure you won't want to miss. Explore the world's best fishing holes and hunting grounds. Learn how the pros don't let the big ones get away. Experience ESPN Outdoors every Saturday morning on ESPN.
Happy holidays indeed. Both the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys had won their respective divisions, but there were other things to be won. For example, the rushing title. Emmitt Smith of the Cowboys, Barry Foster of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Foster hit the field first, at home against the Cleveland Browns. How did he do today? Let's check out. Let's see how the Steelers and the Browns and Barry Bananas Foster. Would it be his just desserts? Second possession, Bubby Brister to Ernie Mills, one of the Mills brothers, on the out pattern. First down, Bill Cowher, 4th and 1, goes for it. Brister to Dwight the Family Stone, out of bounds at the 23. Then, there it is, the churning legs of Barry Foster. Down to the 6-yard line, a punishing run, and then he battles his way in for the touchdown. Indeed, the Steelers were leading 7-0, barrel and Barry, Tommy.
Yeah, he has tremendous power and that low center of gravity. That's what gives him that quick acceleration at the goal line.
Second quarter, it's a 7-3 score. Bubby Brister looking the best he has all year, easily to Ernie Mills. And then here's Merrill Hodge.
Yeah, Merrill Hodge makes a nice catch around the goal line, although Vince Newsom delivers the big hit, and then Timmy Jordan runs the curl and gets in for the touchdown, 14-3 Steelers.
Tommy, is this possible? 11 straight completions by Bubby up to the half. And then watch the squib kick, and Leroy Hort, you take over. It's a fumble. The Steelers get a field goal. Mo Larry and Curly all in on that one. 17-3 at the half. And then we pick it up in the second half. Bernie Kosar injured the right ankle, and Mike Tomczak looked good to Michael Jackson. 38 yards. It's a 17-10 score.
You watch Rod Woodson here. He gets turned toward the quarterback, then he gets turned the wrong way. Just a bad play.
Back to Barry's story. This run gets the Steelers in field goal range for Gary Anderson to pick up a 20-10 Pittsburgh lead. Then Mike Tomczak to Mark Bavaro, a couple of old pros, 40 yards. Tomczak looking for Rico Smith in the end zone, but this time Woodson turns around and makes the interception. Mike Tomczak, don't tell me you threw an interception. Look at the sidelines. Mike Dickens going ballistic. Oh, that's wrong team. Well, at any rate, he went ballistic in another part. Back to Barry. Barry Foster, 23 carries for 93 yards so far. But he takes himself out of the game voluntarily. He's been playing hurt. Apparently done for the day. The Steelers lead 23-13 late fourth. But Gerald with the Jay Williams with the sack. And the Steelers recover. So guess what? With a shot at the record, needing 8 yards to get a 100-yard game for the 12th time this year. 2 for Barry to 94. And here it is. Look at his teammates mob him. He's done it. He's tied Eric Dickerson's mark of 12 100-yard games, 1,690 yards rushing for the season. Barry Bananas Foster. What a job. His just desserts as Pittsburgh beats Cleveland 23-13 to secure a bye in the opening round of the playoffs. So, with the tally already on the board of Barry Foster, what about Emmitt Smith against Mike Singletary in his last game? Even the Dallas, everybody in the NFL appreciates the work that Singletary has done over the years in the middle for the Bears.
Chris still shows he has the great ability here pursuing around the corner and chasing down Emmitt Smith. And then he does some good work in coverage here. Gets over to make a tackle on Daryl Johnston. Shows that he still has the tremendous hitting ability. And there he lays one on Emmitt Smith again.
The Bears defense, Singletary, Richard Dent, final time together as teammates. And remember, Mike got his start, at least coaching, under Tom Landry in Dallas. Played late in his career with Dallas. They'll never forget him. Would this be his last day with the Bears? We shall see. But this was a day that belonged to Emmitt Smith. 7 yards. Then on another drive. Look at Emmitt. Through the hole, the little pitter-patter of the feet. 12 yards. Second quarter, he's going to run for 15. Tom gets burst so fast.
You watch Emmitt Smith as he bursts through the hole, and you said it, Chris, he accelerates so quickly when he sees the hole, it never has a chance to close up behind him. He always gets through the first time.
6 more yards there late in the second quarter. Gains 6. And that would set up a field goal. Only 3-0 Dallas at the half. Second half, guess who? Emmitt Smith, 6 yards. Then, vintage Emmitt. Left tackle and gone. Just gone. Splits the defense. 31 yards. 10-0 the Cowboys. Emmitt today, 20 carries. 131 yards. Come on out for the curtain call, Emmitt. Come on. Come on. Because 1,713 yards. Rushing title for the second straight year. Last time someone did that, Eric Dickerson, 83 and 84. 2 plays later, it's the defense. Russell Maryland looking like he can win a rushing title. It's a touchdown. Doomsday defense 2. Maryland scores. The Cowboys beat the Bears. They've won 13 games for the first time in franchise history. And a pretty storied history it is. 13-3. The Cowboys. And the Bears 5-11 mark, their worst since 1973. So congrats all the way around for Dallas. Emmitt Smith, of course, gets the congrats, but what you were watching, Tommy, was maybe the other side of the ball.
Well, offensively, this is a team of stars, Chris. Certainly the Troy Aikmans and Emmitt Smith. He responded again the last week of the season to win the rushing title. But I think psychologically, this team defensively may have had the best thing happen to them that could happen. They had no one put on the Pro Bowl this week. They're going to go into the playoffs with an angry attitude, with something to prove, and I think it all started for him today.
Well, the Dallas defense certainly did one heck of a job, and congratulations to Emmitt Smith. And, of course, as we've said all the last couple of weeks, congratulations to Mike Singletary. Nobody did it better in the middle. Singletary and Munoz. Boy, will they be missed, both on and off the field. Emmitt Smith and Barry Foster, both humongous contributions to their respective teams' offenses. Get up yards receiving along with their yards rushing, each over 2,000. Emmitt, almost 37% of the Cowboys' offense. Barry Foster, want to know why he's probably AFC MVP? Over 41% of the yards gained by the Central champ Pittsburgh Steelers.
When your batteries are performing, you're on top of the world. But you never know when they're about to take a fall. Only Duracell has the Copper Top Battery Tester, so you can be sure your batteries will be riding high. You can't top the Copper Top.
Lots of credit cards will give you a cash advance, but there could be a catch. Interest charges. Some credit cards charge them from day one, which is why you should use the Discover card. Pay your full monthly balance and a small transaction fee, and we'll give you a cash advance interest-free. How does that grab you? It pays to Discover.
Hi, I'm Tommy Sanders, the host of ESPN Outdoors, and this is the most precious substance on Earth, pure, clean water. We've only got a limited supply of it, so remember, in everything you do, clean water comes first. You can make a world of difference.
Week 17. Plenty of primetime players.
With a toss left, it's fumbled, and Jeffcoat tackle Russell Maryland grabs the fumble in midair and runs it in for the touchdown. Russell Maryland with his first NFL touchdown, a big spike, a Chicago boy, and they're watching at home, and he fell down in the end zone and kissed it. Happy New Year, Russell. Give us the Walker. He's got the 1,000. He breaks free at midfield and falls forward to the Giants' 45. And Herschel Walker has just become the first Eagle since 1985 to go over 1,000 yards. Trudeau back to pass, going for the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Bill Brooks, Billy Brooks, first touchdown catch of the year. Back to pass goes John Elway. The pocket crumbles. Here comes Nickel. Elway escapes. Elway running to the near side. Throws a pass. Picked up by Carter. 35-30. Breaks the tackle. 25. Cuts inside the 20. Breaks another tackle. Down the sideline. 15. 10. 5. Through the defense. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Oh, baby, what a play.
Jack, you look great. New clubs, new shoes, new ball.
Well, it's the new me, Bill.
New golf game, too?
We'll see.
It's showtime.
Showtime.
Hey! Whoa!
Maybe a 2-iron, Bill?
Yeah, a 2-iron. I just don't get it.
Well, it's showtime, Bill. And it's not the shoes, it's not the clubs, it's not the ball. It's this latest video from Golf Digest. How to get distance and accuracy.
A video?
Yeah, anyone can get it. And it's free when you subscribe to Golf Digest.
Huh.
Outdrive your partner with this half-hour instructional video. Free with a 1-year subscription to Golf Digest. Just $19.77. Call 800-367-5800. Imagine the video and Golf Digest. Call 800-367-5800.
The biggest names in sports are on ESPN Radio.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Our only little regret is you our guys, what most of the players say.
I'm closer to 50 than I am to 20. Eating some peanuts, buying hamburgers. You can do it too. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
I want to do radio, baby, and beyond and on.
You're watching ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
NFL Primetime has been brought to you this holiday season by O'Doul's, the official non-alcohol brew of designated drivers.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime. Here are, ladies and gentlemen, your NFL playoff pictures. In the NFC, the Pack out by losing, so Washington in. On Saturday in the wild card round, Washington at Minnesota in the NFC. The Sunday NFC game, Philadelphia at New Orleans in a head-cracker special. The Niners and Cowboys get opening week byes. They'll be home the following week. With Houston's resounding win over the Buffalo Bills, it sets up this scenario in the AFC. A rematch on Sunday between the Oilers and the Bills. This time in Rich Stadium. Can the Oilers win a big game outside? They certainly know they can beat the Bills at least in their place. Saturday, Kansas City is at San Diego. That'll be the third time this year they play. The Chiefs swept the Chargers 24-10 and 16-14 earlier. Pittsburgh has home field throughout the playoffs. Miami also will be off next week in the playoffs. They were the first ones in America that, except for those of you at home, having a crack at talking about these playoffs. We know the NFC. Let's start, Tommy, with Washington at Minnesota. The Redskins kind of thought they were out last night. Now they're in. Does this affect them, or are they such pros that it doesn't matter? It's as if they were in all along. What do you think?
A couple of things, Chris, that I find important. One, emotionally, you're almost devastated when you lose the game to the Raiders and you think you're out of the playoffs. You have little hope of getting in. Then you find out the next day we're back in. And that backing in the back door, as they say, it does something to you emotionally. I think you have to go in on a high note. The Skins are going in on a low note. The Vikings are doing just the opposite. And I think what's encouraging for them is that Sean Salisbury started to play well today.
And their defense continued to play well. They played earlier this year. Washington won at 15-13 at Minnesota, so we shall see if it's a low-scoring game again. Speaking about low-scoring games, Robin, the Eagles beat the Saints in a game in the teens earlier this year, way back at the Vet. Someone has to win this game, and the winner will be very dangerous, I think.
Both teams desperately need to win a playoff game. These Eagles have not won a playoff game, and the Saints have never won a playoff game. I know they're playing at home. They lost to the Vikings at home. They lost last year to the Saints in the first round at home. They got 5 starters in the Pro Bowl. They're not satisfied. They want that national respect. They lost to the Bills a couple of weeks ago. They lost to the Niners. They want that kind of respect, and they need that desperately to get that win. And if it is a close game, Morton Anderson, you got to like his chances in the Dome.
Yes, the Rocket inside, although Ruzick has had a good year, but not maybe in Morton's class. Quick comment on that game, Tommy. Is it really which defense breaks down? Well, not break them, but like maybe on one play?
I think that certainly it could come down to one play when you have defenses of that caliber. But I think that the intriguing thing is that one of the defenses led basically by their front four, the Clyde Simmonses, the Reggie Whites. The other defense is more led by their 4 linebackers. Let
me ask this question because it must be thrown out. The San Diego Chargers, quickly, Tommy, what kind of chance do they have? I'm not speculating on the quarterback right now, but can they go far in the AFC, do you think?
I told you what my dad said. My dad said that defense is what wins championships. They have a good defense. Arnsparger will come up with a great plan for them. Now, if they get the quarterback, that'll be a bonus.